From the Pella Wildlife Company, just opened Friday at Merle Mall, and Matt brought over a fox.
Can I just tell you, I was in JCPenney this weekend, and a friend of mine sent me that video, and I just happened to go off on my phone, and everybody at the cash rep just started dancing and being like, I love that song! So definitely foxes, and what foxes say.
This beautiful animal.
All right, exactly. Who knew foxes said that? But we're going to find out firsthand today exactly what foxes do say. Thank you so much for coming in, Pella Wildlife. You guys opened on Friday. How did it go?
It was a great weekend, great crowds and stuff. The animals interacted with the general public just as we had hoped, because we've got full-length glass in front of all the enclosures so you can have that up-close and personal experience. What we really weren't prepared for were the people actually running into the glass instead of the animals.
Jason, did you do that? I know you went this weekend with your family.
Nor did my children.
They didn't run into the glass.
No.
Okay, so don't run into the glass.
Right.
But if you do head over there, you're going to see some incredible animals like you brought in this morning for us.
We tend to tell the story of Iowa's natural resources from the Ice Age to today, and this is one of our Ice Age natural resources, the Arctic fox.
Wow.
Was in the Iowa region after the last Ice Age, after the Jurassic period, and we had a lot of cool, diverse animals in the state of Iowa at the time. We had woolly mammoths, and we were finding them in Iowa now.
What is this?
This is the leg of a woolly mammoth here.
That's a femur.
Seriously?
Yep. So again, they found, I think, 2 of them down around Oskaloosa here lately.
Wow.
So we had all those types of animals. This is the upper skull of a saber-toothed cat, and obviously they have the longer teeth and stuff. All of our cats came from Smilodon, so those animals used to live here. The big wolves we had back then, dire wolf, was a huge animal. He would
This
go
is a dire wolf.
Dire wolf here.
Look at the
His
teeth on
body
that thing.
size would go up to under your arms. That's how big he was.
That is terrifying.
Wow.
All right. So
I'm
we have
glad they're
this
not
thing.
here anymore.
Yeah, again, we have their relatives now.
But
So the last ice age about 10,000 years ago.
Yep.
And I think where we're sitting was the very edge of that mile-high sheet of ice, right?
Right. Yeah, I believe it was the Des Moines Lobe or what.
I think the Capitol is on one of the terminal moraines, the hills that was left by the glacier, and Terrace Hill is on another, and the Des Moines River and Raccoon River are there. But so this guy was around during that time.
This would be something that you would see on the landscape at that time, and so we go back a few years as far as Iowa history goes, so people can appreciate the diversity of Iowa wildlife. Unfortunately, we've lost many animals since then due to climate change or loss of habitat. But Arctic fox is a very cool animal. They're social, they pair bond. They have a lot of kits in a litter. They can have up to 10 to 11 kits in a litter. That's a lot of babies.
absolutely
Well, it's a lot to take care of given the environment they live in.
Right, and so nowadays you'll find them up around the Arctic Circle, Canada, Alaska, Russia.
So not so much here anymore.
You're not going to find these animals around here. It's just way too warm.
A lot of foxes at your exhibit, and as I said, we took the boys there Saturday, and I don't think you charge enough to get in, by the way, because we just had a wonderful time. But what I was interested to learn about there was how many different color variations of foxes there are in Iowa.
Well, in the red fox family, they come in 3 different color phases: the red, the silver, the cross. We'll bring some of those animals on set from time to time, but you can always tell the red fox family by the white tip on their tail. And then the other fox we have native to Iowa is the gray fox, and he has a black stripe down the back of his tail.
Now,
and those animals you'll find in Iowa today.
I learned something I did not know about the gray fox as well this weekend, and that being that sometimes you have to look up to see them.
Very right. They're the only wild canine in Iowa that climbs trees.
Really?
Everybody,
No idea.
Right. Everybody thinks that cats climb trees. Well, yes, there is a dog that
if you
climbs
take a
trees
look,
too.
I mean, there are some pretty decent claws on his paws.
Well, the thing that makes the gray fox climb trees isn't necessarily the claws, the size, it's that they're semi-retractable like a cat.
Really?
So again, your cat's got retractable claws, the gray fox has semi-retractable claws, and that's what allows him to climb a tree.
So we went to Merle Mall Saturday, walked into Target, came into the mall. Walking by your exhibit, we were going to stop by later, and I heard these wolves howling, and I thought, it's got to be fake, you know. They must have some sort of soundtrack going on in there. No, it wasn't fake, was it?
No, they like to talk to us. When the wolves howl, most people think that they're stressed and stuff. Wolves sing, and that's one of the things that they like to do. Our wolves actually have some favorite songs, Blinded by the Light, Sweet Child of Mine. They will actually sing to those songs if they hear them come on. So anytime out in the mall when those songs come on, the wolves tend to start to sing with the music.
Wow, absolutely incredible. But love showing how where we basically came from with things thousands and thousands of years ago to things that used to be in Iowa, and then of course what you can find in Iowa, all available at the Pella Wildlife Company.
Right, at the Academy of Wildlife Education there at Merle Mall, we tell that story. We've got interactive family programs throughout the day. One of the special things that's happening today, and we can have a special invite to the Great Day viewers, is from 5 to 6 today, we're doing our ribbon cutting. We're going to have free admission for 1 hour.
Oh, nice.
So you all come out, it's on us, and you'll be able to experience Iowa's wildlife.
Something you definitely don't want to miss, and just remind everybody where you are because you've reopened.
Right, we're in the Target Wing. It's the Academy of Wildlife Education. We're open during regular mall hours, 7 days a week. No matter what the weather is outside, it's always 72 and sunny inside.
Now, I saw you Saturday maybe dancing with a bear. Is that something folks can see every day?
Well, we do interact with our wildlife ambassadors every day. It's just part of their enrichment and behavior management. And so we go into their enclosures and we have to check things from time to time, and they expect that type of interaction with us because they've all been imprinted to people. And so we spend quite a bit of time in those enclosures and working with the ambassadors, and it's just sometimes you'll be able to catch us in there doing weird stuff.
Let folks know what else they can see.
The black bears are real popular. The cougar bobcat is a great display because the bobcat was on the verge of extirpation. It came back on its own, totally adapted to people. The cougar's the next of the cats to come back into Iowa. We're going to hear a lot more stories about them in the future. And we have a Canadian lynx. They used to live in Iowa. They should be in Iowa, but we totally destroyed the habitat. And we'll bring our Canadian lynx and talk about that story as well in the future. But if it's native to Iowa, the bats, the reptiles, the amphibians, we've got quite a bit for people to enjoy.
Well, thank you for bringing the beautiful Arctic fox today, and I can't encourage folks enough to swing on by. We had a great time. We were really impressed.
Yeah, like I said, the interactive programs are what we're known for. So again, come back out, bring the family, and you'll have a chance to interact with Patches, the Arctic fox here, or some of our other wildlife ambassadors. Or I'll change the name of the Arctic fox to hairless at this particular day.
A little molting going on, but that's okay.
Yeah, I was going to say when the Arctic animals shed, it's in the air forever. So it's
absolutely incredible animal, and lots of animals you need to check out. Remember, they're doing ribbon cutting today between 5 and 6, and you can get in absolutely free. So why not head over and check out this great thing that's happening in our area?
Ron Yarman, our Twitter is going nuts. People wanting to know, so what does the fox say?
What does the fox say? These guys yip, they bark, they have a high-pitched bark. And again, when you come out to the Academy of Wildlife Education, you might hear our foxes talk from time to time. Yesterday it was really funny for a while. Patches here and Smokey, our gray fox, they were chasing each other back and forth. And so they were having quite the time, and a lot of people came over and enjoyed their little interaction that they were having. But the foxes have got a real high-pitched bark. What's really funny about foxes is when they're angry and when they're excited to see each other, it's the exact same behaviors. Oh. So we know what's going on based on the time of year. And so if it's springtime, we know they're liking each other. Any other time, we know they're just mad at each other.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So they're not going ding, 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 nothing like that.
Haven't quite got
good.
that. I mean,
maybe they'll pick up on it.
You can go and talk and see what the reaction is if you want. You can get right there, and we'll find out what type of reaction that she gives you.
Well, absolutely gorgeous animal. Make sure you check out this and so much more just right over at the Merle Mall. Don't miss out, and free from 5 to 6 today. We'll be right back with more on Great Day.